Yeah, okay. We decided to work. Okay, dokie. So let's start as usual, laying down on the mat. Knees bent if you have any tension on the lower spine. Otherwise, legs straight and rolled outward. Listen to the messages of your body. So just find a comfortable position for you, especially looking at your hips and lumbar spine. Once that you found your good position for today for the legs, roll the arms outward, keep the shoulder blades flat onto the ground, and slide the shoulder blades toward the waist. Pull the back of the head away from the shoulders. Close your eyes and just stay there. Be present and observe your body starting to relax. Inhale deeply and exhale fully with your mouth. Allow all tension to exit your body with the exhalation. One more time. Relax your forehead, your eyebrows, and the skin between the eyebrows. Relax your eyes and let them sink deeper into the skull. Relax the skin of your face. Unclench your jaw and let your lips open slightly. Relax your throat, your neck and shoulders, arms, forearms and hands. Relax your back, the muscles of your back and your spine, vertebra per vertebra. Relax your belly and the whole abdominal area. Relax your hips, your groins. Relax your legs, knees, ankles and feet. Bring your attention into your breathing cycle and start observing every aspect of your breath. Which part of your body moves the most, chest or belly? And if both moves, which one moves first? Observe without changing anything. Observe simply to know yourself. Observe the length of your breathing cycle. Inhalation and exhalation have the same length, or one of them is naturally longer. Observe the small pauses between inhalation and exhalation, and between exhalation and inhalation. The small moments where everything stops, even your breath. Become aware of the 4 phases of your breathing cycle. Inhalation, pause, exhalation, pause. And even there, observe. Is one of the 2 pauses longer? Observe also that your throat remains relaxed and open even during the pauses. Three more observing breaths. At the end of the third, take control and create a long, slow, and steady breath. Observe your body expanding with every inhalation and gently contracting with every exhalation. Long, slow, steady breath. Observe your belly moving. Your navel move to the sky with the inhalation. Enter with the spine for the exhalation. Your chest become wider with every inhalation. The ribs move closer to each other with every exhalation. Long, slow, steady breath. Create deep breath. And keep on listening to the messages of your body. Observe if there's any tension rising. Observe also if the right side and the left side expand equally, or if there is a difference between left and right. In case you can feel a small difference between left and right, then try and find a balance between left and right. So first, if you feel that in one side of your chest, there is a little bit more tension, move the arm of that side a little bit wider and observe if this small movement help create a more equal expansion of your chest. And then go deeper. And breathe first on the side that need more freedom, where you feel more tension. Breathe first on that side, so expand first the side that is more tense. And once that you have the balance between left and right, inhale completely. Keeping this balance between left and right. Keep an equal left and right side of your chest. Inhale first, and the side of the chest that you want more freedom, and then keep on inhaling to keep the balance between left and right, and expanding your chest to your maximum. Keep it equal and constant from the beginning till the end. Right and left side of your chest expand equally. Inhalation and exhalation constant from the beginning till the end. Three more breaths. Breathing deeper and deeper. At the end of the third breath, lengthen your exhalation. Keep the exhalation longer than the inhalation. And try and create a breath where you have the exhalation double in length compared to the inhalation. So if you count till 4 for the inhalation, then count for 8 for the exhalation. But listen to the messages of your body. So if you feel some tension rising, if it's just a small tension, then observe, but you can manage. You can relax your body. Well, if this tension is a little bit too much, so you cannot be completely relaxed, step back. This is not a challenge. You're simply playing with your body, listening to your body. So inhale and exhale, doubling length. Keep it soft and easy. So find a compromise between the control and the letting go. Keep it soft and easy. Three more breaths. At the end of the third breath, I want you to create a breath where you add also controlled poses. And the length of the controlled poses will be the same of the inhalation. So for instance, if you inhale for, let's say, 2, you're gonna hold for 2, you're gonna exhale for 4, and I'm gonna hold again for 2. Listen to the messages of your body. Find a compromise between the control and the letting go. And find a breath that can be used for several minutes. So keep a breath easy. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, hold, exhale. Hold. Keep at your own pace, but keep inhalation, the 2 poses are the same length, and exhalation, double in length. Keep your breath soft and easy. 3 more. And at the end of the 3rd breath, go back to a normal breath, not controlled. And observe. Observe the feelings, the emotions. Observe how you feel. And if you're ready, bend your knees and roll on your right side. Stay on your right side for a brief moment, and then push with the left hand to sit up. Sit on your heels on the back of the mat. Keep the knees wide as the mat. Keep your hands over your thighs. Tilt your hip gently forward, but push your shoulders back in order to arch your spine just a little bit. Push the back of the head away from the shoulders to lengthen the cervical spine. And now go back to a normal position, a more neutral position. Now, belly in, so tilt your hip gently back now. Create circles with hips and lumbar spine. Keeping the navel gently drawn toward the spine. Turn also on the other side. Okay, put your hands down on the ground, not too far from your knees. And turn the head, the hand outward to have the middle fingers pointing at 45 degrees roughly. Okay. Slide the shoulder blades around the waist and push with the hands against the ground. Tilt your hip forward and push the chest in between the arms forward. Stay there, don't move. Now inhale deeply. And with the exhalation, roll your hips backward, round your spine, push with the hands against the ground to stretch the muscles between your shoulder blades. Inhale, tilt your hip forward, arch your spine, push with the hands against the ground. Exhale, roll your hips back and stretch the muscles between the shoulder blades. One more time, inhale, arch your spine. Exhale, round your spine. Okay. Now, sit in a cross-legged position. Lift the sternum, move the shoulder blades down, lift the right arm up, palm of the hand facing left. Move the shoulder down, bend your elbow and grab your left ear. Now, without turning your head, so keep your head fixed, just looking in front of you. Keep on lifting the sternum and move the shoulder blades down. Okay. Now, move the right elbow gently back. Don't turn your head. And now, use the weight of your right arm to stretch from the left ear to the shoulder. Keep the sternum lifted. A little bit more. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, come back to center. Lift the left arm up, but keep the shoulders down. Bend the elbow, grab the right ear, keep the head facing forward. Lift the sternum as much as you can. Okay. Move the elbow back, gently back. Keep the shoulders down. And use the weight of your arm to stretch your neck. From the right ear to the shoulder. Then turn your head. Stay there. And back to center. Create small circles with your head, both on one side and on the other side. Okay. Now, roll your arms outward. Move the hands down toward the ground and push the thumbs back. Leave the sternum and move the shoulder blades down. Lift your chin. Okay, that's good. 3 breaths. Breathe deeply on your chest. And relax. Now, straighten your legs. Bend your right leg and put your right feet just outside your left knee. Okay. Now, interlace your hands and put it just in front of your right knee. And using this grip, lift the sternum and move the chest toward the knee. Keep the spine straight as much as you can. 3 breaths. You can also move the feet a little bit closer to the knee or to the hips if you want to. Okay. Keep the sternum lifted, shoulders down, shoulder blades down. And release. Change leg. Bend your left leg, put your left feet outside of your right leg. Put your hands right in front of your knee. Keep the sternum lifted, shoulder blades down, and move the chest over the knee. 3 breaths. Okay, good. Now, put your feet in Baddha Konasana. Put your hands right in front of your tibias. Tilt your hip forward, arch your spine, move the shoulders back as much as you can. 3 breaths. And release. Okay. Now, put your left hand outside of your right knee. Put your right hand aligned with the coccyx, but quite back. A little bit more, yeah. Okay, that's good. Now, tilt your hip forward. Lift the sternum. Bend your right elbow and twist. 3 breaths. Use the left hand to help you twist deeper. And come back to center. Put your right hand outside of your left knee, lean back, put your left hand aligned with the coccyx, but quite back. Tilt your hip forward, sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Use your right hand to pull and help you twist. While twisting, bend your left elbow and look back. 3 breaths. Tilt your hip forward. And back to center. Okay. Now, cross your legs, lean forward, and move in tabletop position. Create circles with your hips. Both on one side and on the other side. Now, put your knees together. Inhale. With the exhalation, roll the hips backward, lift your right knee, and move the right knee toward the forehead. Inhale, stretching your leg back and roll the leg inward to have the hips squared. Push with the hands against the ground. Exhale, knee to forehead. Inhale, stretching your leg. Exhale, knee to forehead. Inhale, stretching your leg. Exhale, knee to forehead. Inhale, stretching your leg. Exhale, knee to forehead. Inhale, straighten your leg. Bend your knee, put your knee down. Inhale. With the exhalation, tilt your hip backwards, lift your left knee and move the left knee toward the forehead. Inhale, straighten your leg. Roll the leg inward to have your hips squared. Exhale, knee to forehead. Inhale, straighten your leg. 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 Move the knee down. Now, tilt your hip forward. Arch your spine, look forward. Okay. Now, keeping the spine arched in this position, don't move your hips. Lean on your left leg without moving the hips and lumbar spine. You have to feel the tension on the lumbar spine because now we're strengthening the lumbar muscle. So keep your spine arched. Lean on the left leg and straighten the right leg. Keep the spine arched. 3 breaths. Still keeping there. Spine arched. Lean on the right leg and lift the left arm. Palm of the left hand facing right. Still in this position, still with the spine arched to strengthen the lumbar spine muscles. And now go down in table position. Now, tilt your hip forward again. Arch your spine. Without moving your spine, your lumbar spine, lean on the right leg and straighten your left leg. Keep your spine arched. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, keep the leg there and keep the spine arched. Lean on the left arm and lift the right arm. Keep the palm of the hand facing left. 3 breaths. Look forward. And at the end of the 3rd, go back in tabletop position. Create circles with your hips and lumbar spine. Now, since we've worked quite hard on your lumbar spine, you're gonna feel that you worked. And with those movements, gonna release the tension. Turn also on the other side. Create fluid movement as much as you can. Okay, now keep the hands right under the shoulders and draw the arms outward to have the inner part of the elbows facing forward. Now, look at your elbows, because the elbows doesn't have to move, not even a millimeter. And bend the elbows to move the shoulders forward. And then come back up. You don't need to go all the way down. Just listen to the messages of your body. The idea is to strengthen the arms, but don't push too hard. So we're gonna do it 2 more times. Listen to the messages of your body and just keep the forearm perpendicular to the ground. Bend the elbow, lean forward. Just listen to the messages of your body and come back up. One more time. Bend the elbow and come back up. Good. Now, keep the 2 knees still in tabletop position, but don't worry, we're gonna move to a easier position for the wrists. So tilt your hip gently back, activate your abdominal muscles to keep the spine straight, walk forward with your hands, keeping the buttocks right above the knees. Keep the arms straight and active. Draw the arms outward. Allow the head to fall down toward the ground. Push the chest down, but the lumbar spine up. To focus the opening on the upper part of the chest, not the lower one, not the easy one. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd, really slowly, come back up. Now, if you want to, you can always put a folded blanket under the knees, but we're not going to stay long over the knees. Put your right feet forward. Keep your leg roughly straight. Now, tilt your hip forward. Put your hands down. If the ground is too far away, you can always put some hooks under. Tilt your hip forward to lengthen the back of the legs. Use the hips to deepen the stretch. And now bend your right leg and push the chest and push the hips down. Keep the right knee right above the right heel. Push the hip down, sternum lifted. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, tuck your left toes under and keeping the hips as much as you can low, push the heel back to straighten your leg. 3 breaths. And at the end of the 3rd breath, go back to the starting position. And change leg. Left leg forward. Left leg roughly straight. Don't go in hyperextension. So keep it, more or less straight, but You can even add a really small bend. Tilt your hip forward. Put your hands down. 3 breaths. Tilt your hip forward to focus the stretch on the hamstring. At the end of the 3rd breath, bend your left leg. Keep your left knee right above the heel. Push the hips down. 3 breaths. Sternum lifted. At the end of the 3rd breath, tuck your right toes under and keeping the hip as much as you can low, push the heel back. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd, go back to the starting position. Now, go down on the ground on your elbows. Keep the elbows right under the shoulders. Now, activate your abdominal muscles and push with the elbows against the ground. So you're kind of lifting hips and belly. And now release. Again, push with the elbows against the ground. Activate your abdominal muscles and push. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd, release. Now again, push with the elbows against the ground. Activate your abdominal muscles, so tilt your hips backward. Now, keep your abdominal muscles active. Then move the hips lower to the ground to find a compromise and push the chest forward. So actually, you're arching the spine, but still keeping a small activation of the abdominal muscles to protect your lumbar spine. So I want you to feel the activation of the abdominal muscles, but I want also you to feel the muscles that we strengthened a few minutes ago on your lumbar spine. Both muscles, front and back, are active. And now release completely. Go all the way down. 3 breaths with the head turning right. Go all the way down, 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 down. And 3 breaths with the head facing left. Push with the hands next to the chest. And go in child pose. And stay there. Just allow your spine to relax and lengthen. Three breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, come back up. I'll come back. Okay. You're in. Perfect. Okay, can you hear me? Lovely. Perfect. So now, since we already did this opening of the chest and activating both the abdominal muscles and the lumbar spine muscles. Now, we simply stand up. Okay. So when we were down on the ground, where you stopped, but we stopped actually, we were activating both back and front of our body, okay? Because we were pushing with the elbows against the ground. So we were arching the spine, but at the same time, we wanted to keep the abdominal muscles active to protect all that area. We're going to use exactly the same technique. So, enter Tadasana, big toes touching, heels gently apart. And now, activate your abdominal muscles. So actually, imagine that you want to move the lower ribs toward the pubis. This is the visual image that I wanted to have, but on the main time, I wanted to push the shoulders back in order to arch your spine. So you keep the activation here, still lower ribs toward the navel or toward the pubis, but I want you to arch your spine at your maximum. Roll the arms outward and push the thumbs back. 3 breaths. And come back to center. We're gonna do it one more time. Try and go more back with the shoulders, okay? Go really to your maximum. Have to be quite hard. Actually, I can do it in a slightly different variation, because when we lean back, we may feel like falling. So, right leg forward, left leg back. Not too much. Okay. Now, activate your abdominal muscles. So, lower ribs toward the pubis. But in the meantime, move the shoulders back as much as you can. More, more, more. Roll the arms outward and push the thumbs back. 3 breaths. Yes. And come back. Change leg. Left leg forward, right leg back. Belly in, sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Now, start leaning back. Still keeping the activation of the abdominal muscles. Still moving the lower ribs toward the pubis. Move the shoulders back. Roll the arms outward. 3 breaths. And at the end of the third, come back to center. Okay, now, with the feet touching in Tadasana, put your hands on the waist. Tilt your hip forward and move with the spine parallel to the ground. Stay there. No more than that. Just stay there. 3 breaths. And come back up. Without bending the knees. Just using the muscles that we just trained today. One more time. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down, hands on the waist. Belly in. Tilt your hip forward. And create 90 degrees with your hips. 3 breaths. Push with the toes against the ground to help you keep balance. And come back up. One more time. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down, belly in, tilt your hip forward. 90 degrees, push with the toes against the ground, sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. And come back up. With the feet wider than your hips, bend gently your knees and create circles with the hips and lumbar spine, both on one side and on the other side. Okay. Now again, put your feet touching, big toes touching, heels gently barred. Lift your arms up. Activate your abdominal muscles. Tilt your hip forward and go all the way down. Round your spine. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, lift your torso. Relax completely your arms. Okay. Now, I wanted to use the arms. So the movement is there, but I wanted to use the arm in a different way. So I'm going to show you. We'll lift the arms up, but then put your hands in prayer position to the chest. Once that you reach the chest, there, you start tilting the hips forward and go all the way down. You stay there, and then when you come back up, draw the arms outward and you lift the arms to the side till you reach your full expansion. Okay, so I'm going to show you one more time. It's simply this. Once you reach this level, you tilt down and relax. Then you lift the arms to the side till your Utthita Tadasana. Okay, so we're going to do it 2 times. Lift the arms up. Now start lowering your arms, put your hands in prayer position. Once you reach your chest, tilt your hip forward for Uttanasana. And then relax your arms. Good. And to come back, roll the arms outward, lift the arms, and in the meantime, lift the torso till you reach your full Utthita Tadasana. Okay, good. Gonna do it one more time. So from there, bend your elbows, put your hands in prayer position, chest, tilt your hip forward, go down, 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 down. Lovely. Then roll the arms outward, lift the arms up and back to center. Good. Good, good, good. Okay, now we start from Uttanasana with the hands down. Lean forward and lean on the right leg. Bend the left leg and straighten the left leg back. Bend the right leg and straighten again. Bend and straighten. Bend, straighten. Bend and lower your left leg. Okay. From this position, actually, I want you to have the right knee right over the heel, but the hips is lower. So walk back with your left leg, with the left feet, in order to lower your hips. Once that you have this position, put your hands firmly on the ground, push the right knee to the side, okay? And now enter Tadasana, the plank pose. Okay, and lower your knees. So as you can imagine, we're gonna do the tantric sun salutation. We just worked on several elements of this this sequence. There's one transition which is really hard, which is the moving the left leg forward and put it in between the hands. But since it's quite hard and we don't have the time to just focus on that, I'm gonna show you a different variation. So once that you will be back to it's to this, because at the end we're gonna be in Adho Mukha Svanasana. Instead of doing just this, which is quite hard, I want you to go down on the knees, lift the torso, put your left leg forward, and then lean forward and put your hands down again. Okay? And actually, I think that we're gonna do a completely different variation today. Let me think how we can manage that. Yeah, okay. Since it's easy and you already did all the hard bits, I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do. So we start in this position, just like we did a few moments ago. So the starting is always the same. Then we do this, but once that you do this, you lower your knee straight away, okay? Then, instead of plank, you have to do the half plank. So it's not that, but it's just with the knees down. From there, you enter the child pose. And now we're gonna slide. So usually when we do the tantric one, we have the knees wide. Keep it close and slide. So lift the buttocks and slide the torso all the way down. Once that you have this position, you push with the hands against the ground, activating your abdominal muscles. You tilt your hip back and enter Adho Mukha Svanasana. From Adho Mukha Svanasana, you go down again, you lift the torso, you push the left feet forward, enter this position, then you push with the right leg, and we go back into in the first pose. So the difference between the normal tantric sequence is that we're not gonna do the full plank and the full anyasana, so with the legs straight like that. We're not gonna do the full one, but the half one. Okay? Okay, so Ready? Remember, just when you are laying down, to activate your abdominal muscles, to push with the hands against the ground and move from Urdhva Mukha Svanasana to Adho Mukha Svanasana. Just keep the lower ribs toward the pubis to protect the lumbar spine. This is super important. Okay, so close your eyes just for a few seconds. Just observe how you feel, preparing for the sequence. Now really gently lift your arms up to the sky. Lean back with the shoulders, activating your abdominal muscles. Put your hands in prayer position with the hands toward the chest. Once that you reach the chest, tilt your head forward and move in Uttanasana. Put your hands down. Bend your legs. Lift the left leg and back, big step back with your feet. Okay, now knee down. Put your hands down on the ground. Push the front knee out and enter the half plank. Right. From the half plank, enter the child pose. Okay. From the child pose, keep your hands down on the ground. Keep your head really close to the ground. Lift your buttocks and slide your body forward. Like a sort of worm. Okay, now keep the elbows close to the chest. Activate your abdominal muscles and push with the hands against the ground to enter the easy Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Okay, now push your buttocks back, tuck your toes under, and enter Adho Mukha Svanasana. From there, bend your knees again, put your knees down, lift your torso. Step forward with your left leg, put your hands down again. Tuck your right toes under and push with your right leg to enter Uttanasana again. Now roll the arms outward and lift the arms all the way up. Push the thumbs back to arch your spine just a tiny bit, and then put your hands in prayer position to your chest. Stop, close your eyes, and observe. Just observe for a few seconds. Can I do it one more time? So, open your eyes, lift your arms up, lean back just a tiny bit. Put your hands in prayer position in front of the chest, and then tilt your head forward, Uttanasana. From there, bend your knees and do a big step back with your left leg. Knee down. Move the right knee out and enter the half plank. Okay, now child pose. Now from this position, try not to move your hands. So keep your arms completely straight. And there, keeping the hands down on the ground, keeping the head really close to the ground, Slide your body forward. Yes, yes, yes. Perfect. Now, activate your abdominal muscles. Lift your shoulders to Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Push tabletop position. Tuck your toes under. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Knees down. Lift your torso, put your left feet forward and put your hands down again. Tuck your right toes under just to push your body forward to enter Uttanasana again. Roll the arms outward, lift the arms. Lean back to open your chest. Put your hands in prayer position in front of the chest. Close your eyes. And now allow the arms to relax. And just stay there. Just stay there for a few breaths. In Tadasana with your eyes closed. Feeling your body and the energies in your body. Gently open your eyes and go down. Lay down on the ground and bring your knees close to the chest. Roll on right and left side. And now roll completely to the right. So the right leg is on the ground, the left leg is right over the right leg. Put your right hand outside of your left knee to keep it down to the ground. Lift the left arm up to the sky. Turn the head to look at your hand and allow the arms and the hand to fall down behind you. Relax completely your belly. Push the back of the head away from the shoulders. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, come back to center. Bring the knees close to the chest. Okay, and turn completely to the left. Left leg is down on the ground, right leg is over the left leg. Put your left hand over the right knee to keep it down. Lift the right arm up. Turn the head to look at your hand and really slowly allow the arm and hand to fall down. 3 breaths. And at the end of the third, come back to center. Okay. Now, straighten your right leg down to the ground. And slide the left feet right under the right knee. So the toes are right under the knees. Now, roll completely to the right. The left knee is down on the ground. Put your right hand outside of your left knee to keep it down. This is the priority. Lift the left arm up, turn the head, and allow the arm to fall down. The priority is to keep the left knee down, not to touch the ground with the arm. I don't care about that. Relax completely your belly. 3 deep breaths. At the end of the third breath, come back to center. Okay, now straighten your left leg and slide the right toes under the knees, the left knee, and then roll completely to the left. The right knee is down on the ground. Put your left hand outside of your right knee to keep it down to the ground. Lift the right arm up and slowly allow the arm to fall down. The priority is to keep the right knee down. Relax your belly. 3 deep breaths. Come back to center. Keep the two knees together, but create circles with your knees. You can also use your hand over the knees to help with that. Turn also on the other side. And enter Shavasana. Find the version that you prefer. Find a comfortable position. And use just the first moments of Shavasana to look at your body, your energies, your mind, and to be proud of what you did. You worked not only on a physical level today, you worked also both on the energetical one and on the mental one. You were focused. So be proud of yourself. At the end of Shavasana, I'm going to chant the mantra, and at the end of the mantra, I'm going to guide you out of the pose. Till that moment, just relax. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yonat Prachodayat Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yonat Prachodayat Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimahi Diyo Yonat Prachodayat. Slowly start moving your toes and fingers. Bring back the awareness into your body. Inhale deeply and exhale fully with your mouth. Release all tensions. One more time. Bend your knees, roll on your right side. Stay on your right side for a brief moment before pushing with the left hand to sit up comfortably for the chant of 3 Om. Keep your spine straight yet relaxed. Hands in Nana Mudra or Mudra. Eyes closed, face, throat and belly relaxed. Inhale deeply. Put your hands in prayer position in front of the chest. Open your eyes. Namaste.